The man does it again. Dustin the Diamond Poirier won't go away. Truly, truly, truly one of the legends, one of the greats to ever do it.
Gotta tip the cap.
Give him,
Gotta
give,
tip
give
the
him,
cap.
give him his flowers right now. He's a fucking guy.
Legend. No advantages to taking this fight besides this right here. Him carving his name even more in the legendary area of the UFC history book. Wow. What a gritty performance. Benoit St. Denis, he went balls to the wall for that thing. He was trying to get Dustin out of there in the first round. And I was telling the people I was watching with, once you could tell Benoit was breathing a little heavy, I said, Dustin is one of the last guys you want to go to deep waters with. And as soon as that second round started, you knew that shit was over immediately. Dustin just had the advantage. He had the angles. He had the timing down. And Benoit looked like he was in trouble. Benoit came out, had a little excuse about he was on antibiotics for the staph infection. I mean, you can't argue that he probably did have staph when you look at his forehead. Do you think that really played a role in the fight? Would it have gone differently? I know you can't really play this game in this sport, but
it's just every time, bro. Every time someone loses a big fight, it's something. It's like, I don't know. Like, everything about this sport, and you talk about it all the time with Suga, is like how you take care of your body, how you prepare, what you eat, what you drink, what you don't eat, what you don't drink. And I get it. You can't control staph infection. I understand that. But like, I don't know. I just don't feel, I don't know. I just don't like how they come out with it after the fact. I get it. You can't come out with it before the fact because then you can have an advantage. But again, all these fighters get physicals. They all get cleared to fight. I would imagine it's the hardest sport in the world to get cleared to go in there and lock yourself in a cage for. So if a doctor, multiple doctors looked at you and said you're okay to fight, I'm pretty sure you're okay to fight.
Yeah, I agree. And once you sign the contract, once you weigh in, once you make the walk, can't really make excuses for yourself after that. I bet if Suga lost, like, yes, he had the hurt rib, but he wouldn't have been blaming it on that completely. He knew what he was doing. He went in there, knew he had to get the job done, and he got it done. And that's for the Aljo fight. So with Dustin, this throws, I don't want to say it throws a wrench in the lightweight division, but it makes it a whole lot more interesting. I'd say there's 5 potential guys that could get the next title shot versus Islam. Justin Gaethje, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, and Dustin Poirier.
Bro, Diamond gets it. Fuck them dudes.
Even if Gaethje has a crazy knockout over Holloway at 300?
That's true.
Because Gaethje just knocked out Dustin.
Yeah. That's true.
It's really interesting.
I'm all in Diamond for real. All in Diamond.
I did a little power rankings for who gets the next title shot out of those 5 guys. So, and this is considering that they get a big win in their next fight, because obviously you're not going to be in the mix if you don't do that. Number 1.
Before you start, or go ahead. My fault. Jump in the gun.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, you're good. All right. Number 1, Justin Gaethje with a big win. I think since he beat Dustin, he has the BMF belt. You've got to give him that next title shot if he's ready to go. Number 2, I had Charles Oliveira just because he already was scheduled to fight Islam. He hasn't had a loss since then. He had a finish over Beneil Dariush. And if he went out there and got a convincing win over Tsarukyan, then I have to give him the slight edge over Dustin, who comes in at 3 on my list. Dustin's already done what he needs to do. He could be number 1. He could be number 3. After him, I have Max. Bigger name, legend of the sport. He's not going up to 155 for no reason. If he were to get a knockout win over Justin Gaethje, he might even be higher than 4. But since this is his first time, or, his first fight on this run at lightweight, I put him below DP. And then at number 5, Arman Tsarukyan. No knock on him. Great fighter. Might even be the best right now. You don't know, but smallest name by a mile.
Name your 5 again one more time. Just go through the list.
Justin, Charles, Dustin, Max, Tsarukyan.
Okay. So, Max Holloway beats Gaethje. Gaethje just beat Dustin. So, if Max wins,
Yeah.
Does Max have to win convincingly, or if he wins, he's Max Holloway, he gets a shot?
Bro, I mean, it almost if he beats Justin Gaethje, it's hard to argue. But then Dustin Poirier goes in there and says, "What the fuck? I've already beat Max twice."
Yeah.
It's so tough right now. And then Charles has a win over Dustin and
I don't think
Gaethje.
anyone's mad at those three getting a shot, though.
No, Charles too.
Yeah, Charles, but I'm saying those three in
Yeah.
general. I don't think anyone's mad at that.
It's interesting. Dana, they're gonna have to
I'm not big on Charles getting another shot.
He is the only one. Well, I guess Arman also has a loss versus Islam, but Arman's loss wasn't nearly as bad as Charles's was. He actually fought Islam the closest, besides maybe Volk.